Hi, I'm Kat Howard. You can find me on Twitter under Saysmiss. Martin Ria, as part of the Teacher Five a Day YouTube channel launch, asked me to vlog about my experience of Teacher Five a Day. The YouTube channel is an amazing development of Teacher Five a Day, and a real demonstration as to how far it's come in such a short space of time. But also a real testament as to the amazing people that we have within the teaching profession and how willing people are to share their stories and experiences. So well worth checking out. I wanted to talk to you today about food and just kind of my exploration of kind of my mindset surrounding food, and how it's intrinsically linked to our physical and mental well-being. And that sounds like a really simplistic thing to say once you say it out loud, but I think that it gets ignored a little bit, and goes on the back burner when other things and life get in the way. So to kind of give you a little bit of context as to my experiences, I quit sugar earlier on in the year for a 7-month period. And I tend to fill my plate with other things than refined sugar now. More recently, I've chosen to kind of fill up on a more plant-based approach to my food choices. I don't entirely avoid meat, but I've been eating less of it, and it's been replaced with other things. And that's really the kind of the key piece, the key kind of message behind sharing my experiences is this idea of moving away from the idea of restricting, and kind of thinking about the what motivates you to choose food. So with that in mind, I'd kind of like to set you up with a task of, if you could pick any one food to eat if all food was 0 calories, what would you eat? Now, for the majority of people, you'll kind of come up with one or two ideas. So your imagination probably conjured up your nemesis of food nemesis is, wow, 0 calories, I'm in, load me up with the food that I love to hate. And so for you that might have been chocolate or cake. For me it's cheese on cheese on cheese, baked in cheese with cheese on top. But something that you view as what we call a bad food, a food to avoid. On the other hand, you might have the teacher in you might have wanted to be right and double guessed the kind of answer that you think I'm looking for, which is maybe something with slightly more nutritional value, a bit more colourful, maybe a roast dinner, still really enjoyable, but would have taken your imagination slightly longer to conjure up. Or it might be, an old favourite of yours, kind of because it linked to a memory that you might have, maybe linked to your childhood. There's no kind of good or bad, and I'm not going to tell you what's right or wrong, but I want you to kind of take away what it shows you about what governs the choices that you make to do with food. So for a lot of us, we have got away from food being fuel, which ultimately it is, and food making the right choices for, okay, what do I need to put in my body for it to operate and do what I want it to do? And instead, our food choices have been replaced with consumerism, guilt, emotional attachment, fatigue, how we're feeling that day, nostalgia, rather than kind of responding to our bodies a little bit. So, what I'd like to do, now I'm no expert, which is why I'd like to kind of set you a bit of a friendly challenge. And this isn't a massive change to every day. It's really just making you slightly more conscious of the decisions that you're making when it comes to food. For anybody that already practices mindfulness is a really good extension of that. So just making sure that you're kind of being present in deciding what you eat, really. So as a challenge for the first 2 weeks of January, I'd like you to kind of go in with your food choices motivated with the concept of food being fuel. So whatever it is that you've got coming up, whatever it is that you've got to do that day, if you know that you've got a particularly long day ahead of you, if you didn't sleep too well the night before, thinking about what is best for your body, what is best to put into your body to get done whatever it is that you need to get done. So less restriction, much more plentiful. Don't view this as things that you need to avoid. You're making positive choices. And also listening to your body. If your body is craving something, trying to respond to it wherever possible, because there's a reason that it's craving. So 2 weeks, no avoidance of anything, simply food is fuel. What's the best fuel to get me through the day? Please tweet me and let me know how you get on. Thank you.